Good morning, and welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. What a beautiful, lovely, great Thursday morning. And hi once again, my name is Robert Checker Usher. Pleasure being here with you today on this lovely, beautiful morning, this lovely, beautiful Thursday, the 18th day of January 2018. This is the Sugar City Morning Show, and we're coming to you live from Orange Walk. That's right, folks, San Lorenzo housing site area, right here in the Trial Farm area. Good morning to you all. It's a lovely morning here in Orange Walk. We trust and hope that it's the same wherever you are out there. This morning, coming to work, folks, about 6 o'clock this morning. Sorry, it was very bleaky. It was dark this morning, so we see how the weather keeps on going, and the weather has been up and down, and many people are saying, man, this weather to feel like Christmas right now. But you know what? This is the way it has been for some years, we noticed that sometimes in Christmas time, like the sun is shining brightly. So Christmas way back about 5, 6 years ago, sun may shine bright, I'm hot. Also New Year's Day. So the cold jumps in like in the month of January and February. But nevertheless, folks, we can live with it. And we want to send out our special prayers to everyone out there, to everybody on the night shift just waiting on that 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock hour to go home, and folks that are just reaching home, and the friends at work this morning. Good morning to you. A lovely, beautiful morning, a lovely, beautiful day from all of us here at Channel 10. We'd like to send out our apologies for Mr. Emmanuel Martinez for not being in this morning. He's under the weather. He's the weatherman, because he usually bring the weather, but he's under the weather as well. So, Papa, all the best to you. All the best to you, my brother. Hope everything goes well and you get well very, very soon. So, folks, let's check in with the Belize weather forecast for this morning's weather report for today, Thursday, January 18, 2018. You hear that number, not two people? I know when some of their numbers, they mesh up like that together. So people jump right in and they come out and they win big. But it's the 18th of January, and the general situation, it says cool and relatively moist conditions will prevail over the next 24 to 36 hours. The 24-hour forecast is a cloudy and cool conditions with a few showers, periods of light rain, or an isolated thunderstorms, mostly over the sea and coast and over the southern areas. The winds are blowing north to northeast at 12 to 25 knots. Gusty, it says. The sea state moderate to rough. Now let's take a look at the temperatures, because a lot of people worry about the temperature and figure out how the temperature will be. Well, the temperature for today in the coast, it's 24 degrees Fahrenheit, 75 degrees Celsius. Inland, 24 degrees Fahrenheit and 75 degrees Celsius. So we have, for today, in the daytime, we have the same type of weather. Like the coast and in the hills, it's 20 Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit. Let's go for tonight. Tonight's temperatures for tonight. In the coast, 20 Celsius, 86 Fahrenheit. Now, it comes different when it comes to inland, because we will not have the same, because tonight inland it will be same as last night, which is 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So tonight it will be 62 again, so it will be cool again, and in the hills it will be 54. So tonight will be cool inland, so the folks there in the hills, you enjoy that cool weather. There is advisories, alerts, watches, warnings, small craft warning in effect for coastal waters of the country of Belize. And now for the outlook, it says cloudy and cool with a few showers or periods of light rain, mostly over the south coast on Friday, decreasing Friday night. And high tides, let's look at the tides. High tides, it says at 11:20 this morning and 10:52 p.m. Those are the high tides, and low tides at 4:38 this evening and 6:55 tomorrow morning. And the sun will set today at 5:40 and rise once again at 6:26 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that's your general weather forecast brought to you by the Belize Met Service and from all of us right here at Nortevision Channel 10. Folks, last month day and time, instead of the 18th, last month day and time, people may get ready for their ham, for their turkey, for their soft drinks, for their curtains, for their marley, for their sofa, all the different drinks, all the nice clothes. When some people were getting ready to get married, and some people were taking care of the sick. So we want to say good morning to the sick and the able as well. Sorry, like Brother David say, hello everybody, how you feel today? We're here to share all the great messages with you and all the love. So we want to say good morning once again. Good morning, RC1. RC1 is in the house as usual. And folks, this morning, as I saw RC1 walked in, it reminds me that this morning we will be having the mayoral candidate for the United Democratic Party for the upcoming municipal election, Philip De La Fuente, and former mayor of Orange Walk, Mr. Rave Gonzalez, will be right here on the show this morning. And we'll try to see if we can get Delve on this morning because, you know, usually when we go into the show, it's a little difficult to get Delve on, but right now we are communicating, we are making communication with Delve, and we have Delve on the line. Good morning, Delve.
Hello, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, how are you doing today?
Well, I won't complain, Mr. Chucky. Blessed, it's blessed, a bit chilly, but
Okay.
right here, I'm moving right
Yeah.
here.
The
And you, how are you this morning?
I'm fine. Emmanuel is not in because he's under the weather.
Oh, wow, the cold keep on.
Yeah, and you know, usually when Emmanuel is here in the morning time, Delve, Emmanuel usually give a prayer for us to open up in the morning times, but he's not here this morning, so I want to ask you to give us a prayer before you go into your poem this morning.
Okay, okay. Lord, I give you thanks today for this wonderful, blessed day. I give you thanks for the weather. I give you thanks for each and every beautiful soul that you're not through with yet. Lord, and I pray your continuous anointing upon each and every one of your children. And as we go about this day, whether to school or to work, I pray that your guidance be before us, around us, that you guide us safely to where we're going and safely back home to families who love us. I pray your divine blessings upon this show, upon the host of this show and everyone who work therein, that you continue to bless them and lead them to your heart. I give you thanks for this day. In Jesus' name, amen.
And thank you very much, Delve. That was a great poem and I mean a great prayer. And it's very good that you know to go right into these prayer because, you know, so people say, oh, make I prepare myself. But you are ready.
the spirit moves in you, know. It's not something that we practice or something.
You don't have to rehearse.
No. It's always a blessing to share.
Yeah,
share the words.
I saw your uncle over the past 2 weekends when we were performing for Honorable Edmund Clay de Lancaster, Titiman. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I must say that he went on stage with us, but he was not too strong enough to do all his songs the way he usually does them, you know. So we want to ask everybody to keep on praying for him because he's on the struggle right now, you know. But let's go into the poem this morning then, Delve.
All right, Mr. Chiki. This one is entitled Planted, Not Buried. He sat at the back of the classroom with great big tears in his eyes. No breakfast, no interest, no drive, and very relentless. He refuses to be consoled. He refuses to speak. For big boys shouldn't cry. They were built strong and not to be weak. But the tears told another story, one that penetrates very deep. When a person complains that the mattress is too hard, he has nowhere to sleep. When one murmurs about tagging along a little brother, he has 7, no dad around, and the moms around the bend. But he sat at the back of the classroom, taking in whatever he could, and right at the door of his eyelids, more tears stood. When one complains about the food not being nice, among seven is shared a pound of rice. When one complains that the shoe fits too tight, he doesn't even have one that seems to fit right. But God looks over his children. He filled them with his grace. He said, "Let the children come unto me, and I will wipe the tears from their face." He now sits in an office, wearing the suit and tie. Frowns have turned into smiles. No more broken tears from weary eyes. For in each of us a seed is planted, awaiting to give rise. So take heart, for God promises a harvest, but time has to take its course in each and every life.
Thank you very much, Delvey. You know, we have kids out there that are still suffering, and some kids that doesn't have anything to eat in the morning time, you know. And this poem goes directly to that. I remember a guy all the way back about 20, 30 years ago, sometime when he used to go home and he smell in my pot and he don't like where he made the cooking and just take the pot and dash it through the window, you know. And when they have other kids out there, other people that are suffering, who I really appreciate for have some of these meal. But that's a great composition, Delvey, and I'd like to thank you so much, you know. So all the best. And anything else you need to add before you come off the line, Delvey?
No, I give you thanks. I give you guys thanks all the time for the opportunity. You know, it's a blessing to share these words. You know, to not keep them to myself. So I'm always thankful to you guys for this opportunity.
Well,
and for the people who listen.
We are real appreciative of you, and thanks to you as well, because when you share the poems, it's not only with myself or the folks here at the station, it's the entire nation. And I'm sure that you touch many people's lives because your poems are real and they come from the heart and reality, things that we're seeing happening today. And sometimes you take us all the way into the future as well, Delvey.
Yes.
Yeah, but thanks so much, and may you have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we'll hear from you if the good Lord so will once again on Tuesday morning, all right?
Yes, Mr. Checky, same to you. Have a good weekend.
All right, thanks again. Folks, this is where we will be taking our first break of the morning, and it's 40 minutes after 7 o'clock, so we take our first break. When we come back, we'll be having the mayoral candidate for the United Democratic Party, Mr. Philip De La Fuente, and former mayor of Orange Walk, former UDP mayor of Orange Walk, Mr. Ravey Gonzalez. So let's take a break, and we'll be right back.
The Philip Goulton Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goulton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross-section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macal River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el... ¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche-France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche-France.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get bopped.
Punta Gorda Town now has a modern multi-purpose sporting facility thanks to the government of Belize. The brand new complex is double the size of the prior venue, and some of the features include a FIBA certified wooden court with padding underneath, seating capacity for 1,000, changing rooms, locker rooms, and offices. This $3.4 million investment in the town of Punta Gorda is being heralded by the residents of PG.
I feel very excited because this is first time a port like this is built in PG.
This is a big achievement for the Tongue Tucker. We have a lot of the youths there where they come out and want to play ball the same way. And this just a put up on another level.
A lot of youths can't even wait to play on the new court because it's so official and it's something new to PG, in a whole.
I have to thank the government of Belize because then they look out for PG,
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The new Belize City Civic Center is taking shape at the foot of the Balkan Bridge and is expected to be completed by December 2017. This multi-purpose mega facility will boast an air-conditioned interior with a seating capacity of 4,500, a FIBA-certified wooden main court and 3 practice courts, offices, media boxes, and multiple locker rooms, another basketball court with 24-hour access to the public, and parking for 200 vehicles. This $34 million investment highlights a new era of world-class sporting infrastructure for the entire country of Belize. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
I love my Digicel 4G LTE data. Between work and school, I have to multitask to keep up. When I'm on the move, I have everything I need no matter where I go. Whether it's research for school, emails for work, or Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube while on those long bus rides, Digicel 4G LTE got me covered. Digicel 4G LTE's nationwide coverage is exactly what I need to get me where I'm going. They're truly the bigger, better network.
I'm about to hit you with the work, boy.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk. from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillett's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
A most pleasant morning once again. Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. You know, folks, we comply, you know, because when we say something will happen, because it will happen. And this morning with us, it gives me the great pleasure to welcome 2 former mayors right here this morning and 1 future mayor as well. We like to say on the far left, we want to introduce the person who have broke that chain of ruling of the People's United Party when it comes to mayorship here in Orange Walk Town. In 2006, we had a great struggle, big struggle. And the man that came and broke that struggle and become mayor of Orange Walk in 2006, Mr. Ravey Gonzalez. Good morning, Ravey, and welcome to the show, my brother.
Morning, Cheke. Thanks for having me. Morning, Philip.
Morning.
Well, I was more frequent on this show many years ago. I'm not as frequently here as often. And since it's still in the month of January, I think it's acceptable for me to say a Happy New Year's to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to us. It's a very chilly morning, and I hope that we could this morning present some important information for the general public, and especially for our voters, so that we make the right decision come municipal election.
Thank you so much, Ravey, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome mayoral candidate for the United Democratic Party, Mr. Philip de la Fuente. Good morning, Philip.
Shake my hand again, Jackie.
Buenos dias, Philip.
Good morning. Buenos dias.
Good to be back, Philip.
Yeah. Okay.
Good morning, my brother.
It's a pleasure to be here again. Good morning, radio listeners, TV viewers. Good morning.
Yeah. So how you guys doing this morning, man?
Nice.
Looking good? Like the weather?
Nice weather. I was about to say, you know, for the past, month, so we have nice weather.
Yeah, Ravey, we know that when you came in 2006, it was a very hard struggle. You know, at that time, the unions was going up against the United Democratic Party a lot, and you had a big fight. We can remember the Business Association, which was formed here in Orange Walk by an array of business people in Orange Walk who was expressing their dissatisfaction with the government at that time, and you made that bold decision to run for the mayor of Orange Walk, and you win. Tell us a little bit about that struggle going into 2006 when you won as mayor of Orange Walk.
Right, Jackie. I think it's important to give a quick backdrop, political backdrop of what was happening in 2006. There was general discontent with the PUP central government, and we had PUP town council for 9 years, and it was in that backdrop that I offered myself as a UDP mayoral candidate for Orange Walk and was successful. And it's important to highlight that those people that were 18 and voted then are 20-something, and those that will vote next 2 months in March, the first week in March, perhaps do not even know that there was this change, this important change that took place in 2006, perhaps do not know about what was the Town Council then and how it has been because of a UDP platform, a UDP Town Council, that it is that the current Town Council can afford, literally afford the type of expenses that they can afford now, and that they can manage to do a basic job of running the town. Not that that is acceptable, but at that time, when in 2006, when the UDP came in, it was a PUP central government, and there was no traffic. The evolution of traffic had not happened. Some might say, well, what do you talk about devolution of traffic? I don't know. In 2006, the only revenue from the Town Council was the property tax, the liquor license, trade license,
subvention.
And subvention from central government. And that was about it.
Was that enough to carry through with the expenses of the council on a monthly basis?
It was inadequate. It was complete, and Philip was there as my councillor. So it is beautiful to see that somebody who has transitioned from councillor to mayor has a complete picture of where the Town Council was, where the Town Council has been, and how we can take back that Town Council to where it should be. And that was the political backdrop. It was a Town Council. Remember, this is Orange Walk Town Council now. We're not saying that we should draw lines with PUP. It was an Orange Walk Town Council being stifled by the central government. And those were under the circumstances in which we had to work our first 3 years, 2006 to 2009.
Make I put in my firstly 2 cents.
No, go ahead.
You can put in more 2 cents. The more the merrier.
Yeah, I also recall at that time when Ravai was the mayor, I was a councillor then. The PUP central government was holding back the subvention. They also made a pressure local government, so it made make it so much harder for make the Orange Walk Town Council do what it should do. They were holding back that monies that the Town Council uses, you know. And one thing I could say right now, this present government, the UDP government, has never held back the subvention to this PUP Town Council that we have now. Yeah, so they have always gotten that subvention coming in on time, you know. So
talking about the whole back, Ravai, myself and Mr. Campos was discussing yesterday about when you won in 2006 that elections are usually held on Wednesdays, and when you went to the town hall on Thursday, you were supposed to meet salaries on Friday, but there was no money. Explain to us about that.
Yeah, that was pretty much the scenario in which the PUP left the Town Council. It was not left on a platter, and for you to pick up where they left off. They had an overdraft of $40,000. That was depleted. That was gone. That was finished. We owed that. To make matters worse, we won on a Wednesday. We were supposed to put in salaries on Thursday evening so that the bank can process and pay out on Friday. The council did not have any money to pay the workers. We owe, and we didn't have money to pay for that week for the salaries of the workers, for any of them. And so what we had to do, we had to be proactive. We went out on the media. We approached individuals who are large landowners in Orange Walk Town and asked them to pay up if they had any outstanding property tax and so forth. And the people of Orange Walk came together and came up and paid their property tax, paid their trade license and so forth. And that was the spirit in which we collaborated with the town in order to meet that payroll for that week.
I remember we did a radio ton on Sugar City radio station at that time as well to help cover some of the funds.
Exactly.
Yeah. So from then till now, Ravai and Philip, how do you see the town transforming since 2006? I believe the traffic lights came into play around 2008, little after the UDP government won. They won in 2008, but before that, when there was those demonstrations with the unions and different activist groups, was this UHF debt that we have right now was part of that demonstration at that time?
That was part of one of the contentions with central government.
The bigger picture.
The guarantee. That was on a national issue, whether indeed there was this guarantee by central government for a private debt. And you have seen how long that has played out and is playing out. And we have that going to the House next month, the $90.8 million. But to answer the first part of your question, Cheki, and what I want the young voters especially to understand, when we talk about why they should vote for a UDP town council, and I'll try to give a simple example in which how the UDP's platform is a better platform for Orange Walk. When we won in 2006, there was the structure that was in place. There is no way the town council could have survived and deliver adequate services to the town because there was not enough revenue. And the UDP council recognized this. We knew that this was a problem for any future council going in, PUP or UDP. So we weren't the one thinking, you know what, we'll keep it this way, and once we have a friendly central UDP government, we're going to benefit, and then when a PUP council comes in, the council will not have enough money, because the only person who gets affected in that scenario are the residents of Orange Walk. Yeah. So we had to find a solution. And the solution was to get the traffic department devolved to the town council. What that means? It meant that instead of the monies going to central government, the monies would go to the town council. The justification was why? The vehicles use the roads in Orange Walk. We have to provide the signs and so forth and the guidance of the traffic, vehicular traffic.
Repair the roads.
Repair the roads, services. So there was an expense associated with the use of the road. Yet all this money was going to central government. And then central government could decide, you know what, I know I'll lend you for a project and hold it back so you know look good, especially if you're not a friendly town council. So what the UDP did, we decided to fix the problem. Fixing the problem was getting the now Prime Minister, the Honorable Dean Barrow, to accept. And he was more than gracious because he understood the situation. He understood that the people of Orange Walk should not be deprived of services because the money goes to the central government. So I want the young voters to know that that move to have the devolution of transport has assisted since the devolution all the town councils, including the current town council with Mayor Kevin Bernard. That's the reason why he has had access to a lot of money. That is the reason why he hasn't had to have radio telethon like us to pay workers. That's the reason why he hasn't had to find a way to struggle and find it difficult, because he has that additional revenue. I believe it's 1.8 million. I might be wrong, but it's a substantial amount of money that helps the town council pay for the basic services and the services that the Orange Walk people deserve. Now, I say all of that because when you compare what the UDP town council has done and what a PUP town council does, the difference is absolutely clear. It's a pity that the devolution happened the last year of my term.
Yeah, because the central government of the United Democratic Party, you came in on the
2006,
and the central government came in 2008. Yeah. So, you know, I believe it was 2009 when that happened that the local transport came to Orange Walk, right?
Yes, and because we had anticipated the devolution of that transport and we knew money would be coming in, that is where we had engaged with our counterparts in Mexico for the traffic lights. If I recall, that traffic light project cost us $112,000. And the beauty of it is they had partnered with us. It not was a complete contracting out of this work. We had members of the council go there and learn about it. We had their technical persons come in and teach us how to build it. So we had the technical expertise at the town council. Yeah. So in case we need more, we only had to buy the equipment, and then we would have personnel who could do the job here in Orange Walk.
I recall the Mexican our Mexican friends coming over and showing us exactly what we need to do, especially like putting the base of the traffic lights, because it's not just to throw a concrete slab and then you anchor down the lights, because the lights go way up and then it hangs over. So they said, no, you have to dig deep.
And got strong support.
Yeah, dig deep and then you do the platform. So I recall them coming over. At that time I was the counselor, you know, and with the workers from the town council, they showing us exactly what to do, how to make the molds so that we could pour the cement in there. But they were with us every step of the way, showing us what we need to do. Setting up the lights. They were here. They brought some of their equipment also to help them set up the lights properly. But they were teaching us exactly what to do, what needs to be done, and showing us how to get it done. And since the lights went up, we had back then, I don't know if this present municipal body has ever serviced the lights. You know, we used to have them coming over regularly to service the lights, you know, fix the lights, because it's maybe one of the lights burnt out, or it's not changing on time, you know. So we used to go over there, bring over their personnel, you know, and then we had to go there and actually ask the big boss, because they're not like one and they could just come and service it. They had to get permission from their government also to come here and do this actual servicing of the lights. So we work very closely then with the Mexican municipal police over there, you know. And,
so at that time,
we're still grateful for that.
Yeah, what was your initiative in putting up traffic lights in Orange Walk? People say, man, they put up traffic lights in Orange Walk, this thing I keep way back because we have to stop, we have to wait. And what was your initiative at that time?
Check it. The reason why we had put the lights up was because that intersection by the fire station had seen several accidents, and was the cause of several accidents because it's a busy cross section, and a lot of, especially in the morning, midday, and in the afternoon, there's a lot of pedestrians crossing, especially with the Immaculada school being on the other side of town. And so it was imperative that we take some positive action to ensure that the safety of those pedestrians would be paramount. So that even if people have to get up on 5 minutes earlier or leave their house on 5 minutes earlier, it's a worthwhile sacrifice for the safety of pedestrians. I know the PUP then started to make a big issue about, well, I reach late at my work. Well, just get up 5 minutes earlier. I mean, it's for the benefit of everybody.
I'm like the lights take whole of 5 minutes for change. That just for orderly processing of the traffic.
Yeah, so that was in 2008, 2009, Checky. And from there, Councillor Philip has always been the hands-on type of councillor then. You know, he was always the type to get on and do the work. He was never the bureaucratic type. You know, Philip goes and he gets on the tractor and he and grab a weed eater and let's get the job done, right? From since then, if anything, Philip has been very consistent with that. There's no surprise about when Philip wins in March what he's going to go do. He's going to continue that hands-on approach and making sure that the job gets done. And to buttress that, to add to that, to support to that, when Philip won in 2009 to 2012, there was the income of the transport department. So he never had to face the struggles that we faced the first 2.5 years about finding salaries every week. Because that was our paramount concern our first 2.5 years, finding the money, because people work, they need to get paid.
Yeah.
So the second go around when Philip won like mayor, he never had that particular headache because he had that extra income from the transport to come in, so that he could actually go about and do small projects and find ways to improve the services at the town. Philip, his UDP platform was getting equipment. You know, that town council from 2006, I tell you, in a barren, in a bare, there was close to nothing at that town council. Basically, you have to service the town with one shovel and a broom, basically. And so we had acquired, I think, 2 trucks under my term. I think we retrofitted 2 big trucks.
Yeah.
And then when Philip won, Philip his team had the vision, the UDP platform to, you know what, we have to get equipment. We can't rely upon central government. Again, you see that mentality about putting Orange Walk Town Council first, regardless of what political party is in. Because if you may want grader a street, you had to go to central government. You had to go ask the minister, you know what, you got a grader for Lenway for a week. All right, they say you have to pay driver, you have to pay diesel, they only could go up a weekend. You know, the people of Orange Walk, the residents of Orange Walk, don't want to hear all those excuses.
Or sometimes when you go borrow it, why San Felipe turn, then they use it right now, and then you know come back in the next 2 weeks. Till then you could get it. So that you had to wait.
So that prompt you with a vision to get those for the council.
Yeah.
That's sustainable. You see,
even now and then we had to ask the public works for assist us with their trucks. Remember when we made up on some serious cleanup campaign, we had to borrow trucks from public works for pick up with garbage.
How did you manage Rave? Because I'm not sure if it's the same year you came in when the hurricane hit, and I know a lot of trees may fall downtown. How you manage without the strong equipment that time?
By the way, again, it was everything, every crisis that we've met at that town council has been in partnership with the people of Orange Walk. I remember that the aftermath of that hurricane, we had a lot of debris all about. Yeah. And at that time, we had to partner with private truck owners in order for ensure that the debris is moved. And all of them did it on credit and just a trust that they had with the town council, because afterwards we did have to find how to pay off these people. But at that time, it's paramount that we clear the roads and so forth. So we had to get the job done. So it's partnering with those private owners.
We must say to that, you know, whenever the people of Orange Walk say that the municipality needs assistance, they are always willing to come out and assist. Once they see you, they do good for the tongue too. All right? Yeah. But again, you have to have a good relationship with the people of Orange Walk. So if something comes up, you know, you could always depend on them. You're working with them. All right? So whenever we needed assistance, we could always count on the people of Orange Walk to come up and assist.
Okay, gentlemen, we will hear more from Philip when we come back on Rave, but we need to take a short break. It's 60 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and you're viewing the Sugar City Morning Show and coming to you live from Orange Walk, so let's take a short break.
Picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at DerekGillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Every day when my daddy gets up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand the pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. See today, life is better with water than life.
Digicel made a promise and Digicel delivered. $100,000! $100,000 in prizes. 5 PS4s, 5 55-inch TCL TVs, 5 iPhone 8s, and 5 Note 8s. After much anticipation and over 300,000 entries countrywide. A random selection was made of 5 lucky contestants, but who held the key? Yesenia Ardon was Digicel's lucky winner of the 2018 Wingle 6 4x4. Congratulations to all the winners of Digicel's $100,000 in giveaways. And thank you, DigiFans, for all the continuous support in 2017. Look out for even more from Digicel in 2018.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Just now, after we got up on a break, I may tell Philip to bring Wayne back, but Philip say he can't bring Wayne back because I tell Philip say me, oh, what a beautiful morning. Philip say he know to sing today. Yeah, he go to tell the voters.
Hey, I can work good, I can't sing too good, man.
He come to talk to the voters and tell the voters what's his plan for 2018, this year when we'll be going to the municipal election. So, Rave, you have worked with Philip for 2 terms. And, since you have known Philip as a colleague working with you in the municipal election, I know you know Philip long before that as well. How would you rate Philip to the voters? How would you sell Philip to the voters out there to let them give Philip that vote of confidence? Maybe I'm not saying the correct word, but you know what I'm what because you can't sell the story. Philip is that person. How you promote the man?
Well, they have the voters that are UDP, they have voters that are PUP, and they have voters that are swing voters. To the UDP, they know Philip, they trust Philip. The PUP voters might be skeptical of Philip and they might have their loyalty somewhere else. To the swing voters who love Orange Walk, if you want to get the job done, vote for Philip, vote for a UDP town council. Because as far as I'm aware, and I have seen and have experienced, because like I said, Philip has been there with me and he was there for 3 years. Sometimes the voter don't want to hear excuses as to why the job can't get done. They're tired of that. They're tired of hearing why this and that and so forth. And if we want our town council to progress, we want our town council to come back at least to where it was before, in terms of having the equipment, in terms of having the timely services. Because the pickup garbage, we're not supposed to campaign on pickup garbage. That's no big deal. That's a basic duty at the town council. At least do that properly, you understand? So, if we want the town council to go to that direction and people want them kind of services, I endorse Philip completely and his team because he has been there. He knows that sometimes you just need to get the job done and stop listening to all the noise and bureaucracy. Just get the job done for the people of Orange Walk, and that's what they want.
You believe that Philip is the man for that?
I believe wholeheartedly that he is the individual to get things done at Orange Walk Town Council.
Not cry enough, Philip.
I might be a little bit biased too, but I think I could do a better job than this one. Right now.
And so, I mean, his platform when he was there, I mean, let's look at it. I mean, we know they ask people, we know they throw people promises in the air and we they tell them just vote on us on believing us. He was there. The amount of equipment that Philip got for the town, not for him, for the town, so that any town council could do a job. Any, not just him. Attest to how he not selfish. It was a mayor with vision. You get the equipment so that whoever goes in could deliver the services to the Orange Walk people. Proven. That is a proven. You could tick that off when he go campaign or when you think about who for vote. You could tick that off. He has proven himself. So there's no doubt that when you give him that vote this time around, that he will deliver again. Because he has proven that he's consistent. That not somebody would put and would ask the public for just trust on our promises. He has proven that. And then we have this, his part of his platform, I believe, and maybe Philip could discuss that, was this bus terminal. You know, it's not just a project. Now, a project where change people's lives in Orange Walk. It's a project that will bring organization to Orange Walk. You know, we have currently what we call a bus terminal. Orange Walk people deserve better than that. And then this type of project, they're not for a UDP town council. Although that we to bring it forth, although that we to work on it, it's not a UDP thing, it's an Orange Walk thing, because the benefit to the residents of is for all Orange Walk Kenyans. So when you look at what this town council they offer the people of Orange Walk, is more than just to tell you pick up your garbage. It's more than to tell you clean the park.
Actually,
because
we in the campaign for the picking up of the garbage, because that is the basic work of the town council. We are thinking a little bit outside the box. We are thinking about where our town needs to go, what direction it needs to go, how we're going to get there. And picking up your garbage and fixing your streets, and there are things that I don't think any municipality have to or should have to campaign for anything, because then I think that one thing at the past. You can't campaign, or you should not campaign on the timely picking up of the garbage. That's your job. You the fight for getting it. You're not supposed to campaign for that, because that is, I mean, that are the basic thing you have to do for the town.
But Rave endorse your big project that you were talking about when it comes to a bus terminal. Philip, the plan of the bus terminal is only to have a bus terminal for, say, we got a big, pretty bus terminal, or we have like areas in a town where the buses can stop and they can't stop, so people could know. And we're not. What's the plan for? They're not just to put up a building, right?
We will be working again. We will be working together with the relevant authorities. You have the transport department that will come up with the proper routing of the buses. Okay. We are to work with the different businesses in our Orange Walk to see how we could assist them through that project. For example, thinking like with the restaurant owners, thinking about the taco vendors, you know, in that bus terminal compound, we plan to have the different stalls that people could go there and do their business. We are just creating an avenue where they could go in there and create their own employment. All right, but in the actual construction of the bus terminal, we are thinking about the employment, because people need jobs right now. This is one way that we will be able to create a lot of employment. You know, employment in the construction, in the actual planning, the cleaning up, the work, everything what happened there. Even after the bus terminal project is complete, you will have security officers in there. You will have transport management officers in there, because you want to have the proper flow of traffic in there. You know, you will have grounds people in there keeping the areas clean. Again, restaurants again opening up, so employment will be happening from the start. You know.
Yeah. So like that. So we have two destinations in town right now where we have buses parking. We have the one for the rural, for the villages, and we have the one for national.
Yeah.
Will the plans be there to divert that one that's for rural to put everything in one centralized area, or that's not in the plan as yet?
Again, we have not thought about that as yet, because I am not sure right now how many buses we have parking out there by the municipality,
the rural area where
the village buses, where the village buses park.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know how much buses are there, but if it is possible that we have enough space, then we will be speaking with them to see if they would like to come to one central location where we can have all the buses, if it is practical. But if we see that it will be too congested, then we will just work with them to see how we could best.
Yeah, because if somebody they come from like Ravay, if somebody they come from a village, just as somebody come from Progreso, and they drop the terminal, pero vas a decir que pues tengo que agarrar un bus para Belice, pero cuando voy en ese terminal tengo que agarrar un taxi o tengo que correr para agarrar el otro bus. So I believe in that way it help a lot as well. And then when the buses, you know why the buses, the people stop on the highway and wave down buses? Because the buses then stop.
Yeah.
If you know the bus now stop there, you going to the terminal. And it can be much more flowing of traffic in the community if them buses don't stop all over the place.
Yeah.
We know somebody would want to go with the terminal because I said, man, I live right there, so I wait for the bus here. But when we travel and we go out of the country, we have to reach the terminals. Yeah. You can't go to Cookie Tree cut off and wave down at the bus, right? You know, stop. So people use a discipline and say, you know what? I have to go to Belize at the terminal to catch a bus, or I have to go to Orange Walk to catch a bus.
It's just a part of change. You know, some people just have to get used to the change. We all have to get used to change. You know, but change is good.
Yeah.
Change is good. That way you see if you made a feel what you could do if you change, you could do it better now. You know, but yeah, even the taxis at this new bus terminal, we will have the proper parking and flowing of the taxi drivers them, you know, so that at any one time the commuters will know where the taxi then.
Right.
Then after the one back there, the front there, right there the taxi then there.
Yeah, because like right now some people don't know what are the entrance at the terminal when you go there.
Yeah.
You know. Well, Ravay, you are highlighting Philip right here this morning, but what do you think about the entire slate, the team that is behind Philip, the team along with Philip team?
Well, remember the role of the councillor candidates when they win is merely to support the mayor. Basically, the mayor is the CEO.
To counsel with.
To counsel with, right. They are the ones that
discuss things and then you
support the mayor in his decision, in his vision to move the town forward. And I believe these councillor candidates, along with Philip, are very grounded. I think they have the pulse of the people. And that's what you want out of able councillor candidates, the one that will go to the mayor and tell her, you know what, mayor, I think this area, Orange Walk, these are the concerns of the citizens, of the residents, and I think we need to have a meeting. I think we need to discuss their issue. And once you have active councillors in terms that are looking out for the town, then because the mayor can't do all the place all the time. He might depend on a tractor all the time, the cut, or if you got the weed eater, that they might have to do all the time. But once you have them type of caliber of individuals that have the best interest of Orange Walk, then they work as a team, and they could maximize the output. They could bring the priority to the mayor to make sure that these priorities of the town are taken care of. Yeah. And I believe these candidates are grounded. They are individuals who genuinely want the best interest of Orange Walk, and not they do it for stipend, because you know councillors collect money.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think any of them are being motivated for that I don't know how much, but then kind of $800 a month. I don't believe that is their primary motivation. Their motivation is to make sure
Actually,
that
they never know that the councillors get.
See, that's to their benefit. That's to their benefit.
But if you run as a councillor candidate, you are representative of the people as well, right?
Of course.
That's right. The people voted you there to represent them, not just because you are not the mayor. Then you left all the work for the mayor, and you will be there doing nothing.
That's the way I made to get to. The mayor does not know everything. The mayor cannot do everything. So the councillors, that is their job to, wherever the mayor is slacking up a bit or needs assistance, the councillors could come in and assist. And I always tell the people that I think me and Rave, we had a very good relationship when he was the mayor, because I used to deal with him. I was the deputy mayor for 6 months or so.
Maybe a year.
I think I had it for like a year.
Man, used to drop a little water to when pass a on the cycle, don't you? You truck the more.
Yeah. You know, I was out there and then seeing how things should get done, so I could always go back to the mayor and tell her, Chief, you know, we need to get this, or we need to do that, or we need to do this. And he would always assist. That way the mayor, but like I said before, the mayor cannot see everything. The mayor is not able to do everything, and he cannot do everything. So the councillors, that is their responsibility. And I have to say that this team that I am running with, my UDP councillors, they all have their own passion. They all have their own vision as to where they would want to see for their town go, you know. So once we are elected in March, you know, I think the team, we are already working closer together.
Let's get this call. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Hello. Yeah, seems like we're not really to get this call to come in. Hello, good morning. We asked the caller to please call back because somehow we have a issue with the line here. So caller, we're asking you to please call back. Meantime, we are with the caller. Philip, you will continue what you were saying.
I don't.
Your councillors, they are.
All right, let's see. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Morning, Ravi. Morning, Philip.
Morning.
I just want to congratulate you guys on a magnificent show. We know we are in the political season, and there is an opportunity for people to examine the candidates that are participating in this mayoral election and the council election and the municipal election. And clearly listening to you guys gave a vivid history of the achievement and the vision and the growth and the love for the people of Orange Walk. I can really join with you guys and appeal to the people of Orange Walk to listen carefully to what you guys have to say, because sometimes, you know, when we go to school, we go to learn and we listen to what the teacher has to say to us, and then we make a decision when we have our exam. And this upcoming municipal election, clearly we can see where the initiation of the development of Orange Walk with Rave as one of our former mayors, putting up the lights, thinking about the safety, Philip being his deputy in the past, ensuring that the municipality has all the equipment to do with day-to-day work and things like that. It's very rewarding, and I just want to let you know that you're doing a great job. You also, Cheke, and I want to let the people know that I want to see my town grow. I want to see my young children have a better future. I want to see Sugar City go to the heights that it's never been before. And like in any employment, anybody looking for a job, when you apply for a job, your boss will tell you, let me see what you can do. And definitely and clearly, we know that Philip de la Puente has proven that he can get things done. He has proven that he has the ability to relate to people, and most important, he has respect for every person, not only those who work at the municipality, like the workers that are close to his heart, but also to the business community, and the love he has for Sugar City. I don't think that there will be another mayor right now that will do what Philip intends to do and love Sugar City like how Philip loves Sugar City. So I want to let you know, Philip, I will put my X for your name, and for the 6 UDP candidates, I'm going to vote UDP 7 down the line, because those red boxes in which I will vote represent the love that the UDP and you and your team have for Sugar City and for me and my family. Thank you, congratulations. All the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Carlo.
Did you cry, Philip? What do you have to say to that endorsement?
I get endorsed by Mr. Rave right now and by this Carla right now, and I feel very good, man. But you know, the bigger or the biggest voting bloc in the elections these days are the young people.
That is right.
You know, and so I want the young people of Orange Walk to know that my team, we are already thinking about what we will be doing for them, you know, and we have noticed that in this town we're lacking greatly in recreational areas, you know, and when I talk about that, we have the People Stadium. I love use the People Stadium because we already have that infrastructure there. The municipality will not have to invest any of their monies. That monies can be better invested in bringing up the services that is offered to the people of Orange Walk. But the People Stadium, we have our big football field there. We have the basketball court, volleyball court, the beach volleyball. You know, we have it at our disposal. We just have to utilize it better. You know, so we could divert greatly into sports and see how we could assist our people. We have a lot of talent here in Orange Walk. We just need to channel.
That's right.
Channel the right, how would I say, energy.
Yeah, somebody don't ask you for a job already.
Okay. Somebody send you text.
They ask you for a job. I say morning to all. For all that is said, a strong, sensible, willing to work chief transport officer is required. This will relieve the upcoming mayor, Mr. De La Fuente, from the stress. I am applying for a job from now.
All right. Okay.
Somebody don't, no me, you know. Somebody don't ask. So that person.
I think that you mean.
No man, that person don't have confidence that you are win.
Right. Yeah, well.
And then, check it, just to interject on an issue here that somebody had messaged me just now. Not that we want to discuss the PUP's propaganda or attack on Philip, but one of the things that they have been saying, and is part of the reason why they're trying to convince the voters, is that they're saying that Philip left outstanding bills, you know, as if saying that in itself disqualifies him from being a good mayoral or a good mayor. Several things to point out. Like any business, you have your financial cycle where you collect your money, you have your cycle where you get low enough funds, and being a good CEO, you know when to borrow and when to pay back. And if they're saying that leaving some unpaid bills disqualify you, then we have to ask the question of the current mayor who entered into a contract for the paving of some streets. When there is a change of town council in March, what happens to that all outstanding bill? Isn't he leaving that for the next town council? And I understand the debt is so big, it might be for several councils.
Yeah, I think it is close to 1.5 million that he is leaving under his tenure right now.
I mean, you ask yourself whether that is prudent, because what he is doing then, he is imposing what he believes is his vision on other councils. And maybe the manner in which he carried out those contracts is not maybe the best benefit Orange Walk in terms of the best value for money. I'm just saying that the PUP cannot use as a reason that Philip left outstanding bills, and yet the current mayor entered into a contract where the next council, when they have a change, has to pay these
hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars because of this. So they have to understand that that in itself is not a disqualification. It's doing the finances of the council in a prudent manner. That is what we're asking. And to me, tying in 2-3 councils down the line is not a prudent manner of running the town council money.
Yeah. Philip, I know you have to leave, but before you leave, I want to ask you something that some citizens were asking me about. They tell me, make I ask Philip when Philip comes on the show, how is your support coming from your family, especially from your brothers?
Them De La Fuente, they got their own brain too, you know. They don't know yes a man or anything, but they do know. I am getting 100% support from my brothers.
Okay.
I am getting 100% support from my brothers, from my families, you know. But that no mean that they don't tell me what they want to say. They say, Philip, we need to step up the game.
Yeah, but everybody has the right to see that,
yes,
right?
We need to improve what the municipality were going there, and then go ahead and tell me what we need to do. But yes, my family, they support me 100%.
Yeah. You know why people have this perception? Because of the Northern, what's the name of the group? Because what happened is
Northern Territorial Volunteers.
But I don't believe that have anything to do when it comes to if you are with a party or not. That is something of your country that you are supporting, right?
That is for our country. Yeah, the De La Fuentes, they like say that the De La Fuentes are a troublemaker. They like go to border and make a whole lot of noise with them Guatemalans and.
But you as a citizen
even my motorcycle club. No one go to Guatemala with we because they say trouble. We are locked up. We don't know who we not going.
But that's not a political move, right?
No, it's not. That is fighting for your country. All right, and that day I think anybody where they think correctly should want to fight for their country. If they know that they might lose a part of their country, it is their right as a Belizean to voice their opinion about it.
So when you all go on these trips, you're not going against the government of Belize, against the foreign minister. You are doing it for your country, because that's the way some people had the perception. Why Philip did it?
We have always fought for our country. We go out there so, and we take people who would want to go see different parts of their country too. You got a lot of people who are not going to Barranco yet.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people. You don't go to Barranco?
No.
See there.
I'm not going to either.
I invite you for the next trip.
Yes, after.
You don't have to go with the border, but you can see the Barranco.
You can eat the Barranco.
That's only with you.
You can eat some hudut till you come back.
Yeah. Hey, and even that is becoming somewhat of a bigger picture now, because when we have our Sarasoon River Canoe Challenge, or we have an expedition out to Barranco, you see the people of Barranco coming out and supporting us, and they're even taking advantage of that. Then they prepare food for way out there now too, for sell, you know. So when they see a lot of people, they come, business, they go out there for them too, because really and truly Barranco, the one of the last villages before you get to the border between Guatemala, the southern part of our border.
So that is clear now. But you're not doing anything against the government. You are doing it for your country.
We have always informed the government whenever we're going to the border. We have always informed the BDF, the Minister of National Security, and the local police that we will be going to the border, whichever border we go to, and we inform them. We give them our plan and our itinerary as to what we will be doing there.
Okay.
And we also invite them to accompany us. Mind you, they have never accompanied us out there, but we always invite them to go out there to make sure we know they do anything wrong.
Okay.
But it is a part of our right that we could go wherever we want to in our country.
All right, Philip, before you leave, I'll just like to ask you to give a little highlight on your team that will be with you for this town council election. I know you have yourself and 6 others. So RC1, we'll be asking you all to put the pictures of the different councillor candidates on the screen, so that Philip can highlight them when we see them coming up on the screen. So we'll have them coming up on the screen, Philip, and when they come on the screen, then you can explain the name of that person and what that person brings to your team to complete your team. All right, so we can see right there we have, that is
Mr. Jose.
Okay, tell us a little bit of Jose.
I could tell you that man that was family man too, and a very responsible. He's one of the supervisors out at ASR.
Okay.
I still the one say BSI, but the ASR. Yeah, and as we are going around campaigning, you know, we see that he is well known in the community also and well respected. You know, because a lot of people talk good to the man. He knows a lot of people out there, you know, and I think he would be somebody that the Orange Walk municipality would benefit from as a councillor.
Okay, we will be going back to the other pictures in a short while. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the show, sir. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Please lower your television or your radio for us, please.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. You need to do something about the road to Progreso, and it's in a bad condition. Really, get the government to work for the people.
Progreso. Okay.
The road from San Esteban to Progreso and the area of Pueblo Viejo, it's really in bad condition, my friend. Do something about it, man. We elected the government to work for the people. We don't deserve that.
All right, thank you very much. So let's get the pictures of the other councillor candidates for the UDP. We already saw the picture of Jose Cocom, and the next picture coming up on the screen, Philip will be explaining about the next person that we have right there on the screen. This is the Sugar City Morning Show, and it's now exactly 18 minutes. 18 minutes now after 8 o'clock. So let's get that next picture up there, guys, and Philip will be explaining.
Well, if they can't find the picture, I could just go ahead and
we have
talk about them a little.
Right.
Yara Calviera is
that's Yara right there, right?
Okay, that's Yara.
Okay.
She is a teacher at Technical High School, and again, with the young people, she is well known. You know, we there on the campaign and everything, and sometimes I would assist a young person there, and I said to myself, but I'm not too familiar with this person, and I would say, hey babes, what's up? I teach, you know, and you know that are the thing with the teachers. They're very, very good and very friendly.
So she's a current teacher right now?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Yes, she is, and she is also well known in the community. You know, her dad is Mr. Maito.
Panades World.
Maito's Panades.
Yeah. All right, maybe get the next slide there, guys, and as we go along and Philip continue highlighting them. There's the next slide there, Philip.
Miss Ajeja, she is one of the youngest councillor candidate, and I always tell people, not just cause you're young, that no mean you don't know what you need to do. She is vocal as to what she would like to do. She is very vocal also in where she would like to see her town going. Okay. You know, she finds ways of getting things done. I have seen her where she very computer savvy too, right? So I'm not like me. I got trouble with my phone. You know,
she's the granddaughter of Mr. Duran as well, right?
Mr. Ehido Duran.
Yeah.
Who used to be the principal
technical high school. All right, Ajeja. Then we have Derek.
Derek Samula. Another hard worker, you know, and well known also.
Yeah, Derek boy. A lot of people know Derek.
Sometimes when they give out the pamphlets and the flyers to the people, and they say, I don't think I know this one here, and I don't think I know this one here. He said, but Samuel, I know the most out of this crowd. And you know, he's a hard worker. He works at the People's Stadium. I think he's the maintenance guy out there.
Yeah, the man.
Groundskeeper.
Man like drive that tractor, boy.
Yeah. So the man look like no, I make a jump on my tractor again.
Competition of who can drive a tractor.
Next slide, guys, please. Next slide. All right, we have the next one there.
Mr. Chile.
Yeah.
Mr. Chile is also an employee there at ASR. I think he's another supervisor out there, and well known too. You know, when I ask Chile who they other day, he said Chile. He said, Mr. Chile Osha.
Yeah.
That day too. But he said Chile Dulce. He said for him other brothers then Chile Picante.
Yeah, okay, so he did Dulce.
Chile Dulce.
All right.
Well loved person too in the community. You know, you have a lot of people. Where I always talk to one so good.
All right. Next slide, guys, please.
Mr. Evan, I think apart from me, he's the next shyest person in the
Can it sleep?
Yeah,
but that no means you don't have vision, right?
No, that does not. Just because he's quiet and
quiet means that they work.
Yeah. He bring eyes, they go. He is well known also. You know, sometimes we really sometimes with the extremes at the tongue limits, and you the figure say, you know, nobody know we back there. You go back there and you find out that their friend they back there, and then they say, and Evan, where Evan there? We have to say, well, Evan not come out of work yet. He worked till about 6 or 6:30 in the evening, you know.
Yep.
He said, why that I'm a good friend, Evan, yeah. So a lot of people know him too. This team that we have, I tell you, is well known around town.
Well, I can't expect you to describe that one, so I'll ask Ravey to describe that one we have there. Help all that one there, Ravey. Make me put Philip picture there. Ravey will be in charge of that one. Put back that picture there when we got there just now, guys. Make we see when we see the all right, Ravey.
I know what I want to hear.
All right.
No, and Philip is well known. Everybody know him from before he got into politics. I think they knew Philip from his pharmacy. You know, always courteous, cordial, and always willing to serve. And he took that into politics, this drive to serve. So he has that. He has served before. He has this proven track record, and now he's offering himself up again for the Orange Walk community. And I think it's a great undertaking by him to offer himself again. He stepped out voluntarily. Now he's stepping back in. He sees the need for strong leadership at the town council, and he has offered himself, and we welcome his participation. We welcome his candidacy, and want to tell Philip that I, along with the Orange Walk community, I would think, support his bid for mayor. And once he's consistent with the delivery of his services and he decides to continue running, Philip should be there as mayor for a long term.
Let's take this guy. Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning, gentlemen.
Morning, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's very refreshing to see these gentlemen up there on the show, no? And to hear what they are bringing to the table. I'm a voter in a job. I feel like we have someone really bring development to Orange Walk, because I know with Philip de la Fuente, he has been there before, and he is a proven leader. He is not bringing anything doubtful to the table. He has proven that he can do the job. He did an excellent job when he was there, and likewise the gentleman next to him, who was he brought Orange Walk real development when he was there at the time. So now we need someone like these guys. Mr. De La Fuente, to bring Orange Walk on par with the rest of the country, because man, we look like we look like the top of the country. You know, Orange Walk has been craving for development for so long, but with that current mayor we have, who has he has deliberately not worked in tandem with central government. You know, I don't know what his plan is. Maybe to keep Orange Walk agents poor and neglected. But we are thankful, and we thank you, Philip, for having taken up this challenge, and we know that you will bring good things to Orange Walk, and we are here to support. I am a big family here in Orange Walk, and we will support you as much as we can. We will vote for you in Orange Walk in town council, on the 7th of March. I will bring out my family and I will tell my friends as well, which I have been doing, to vote for you on March 7th.
Okay.
So thank you, Philip.
Thank you very much for that support.
Thank you, Carlo.
Thank you very much for that support.
Well, Philip, we know you have to leave your comments about the Kala and your appeal to the voters of Orange Walk that will be casting their votes on March 7th. I know you have to leave. Ravay will stay on and RC1 will be joining us.
Well, I would firstly like to thank you guys for having me on the show once more. I would like to thank the business community for giving me the support that they're giving me right now. You know, and the people of Orange Walk, I am asking for your support on the 7th of March to vote UDP 7 down the line. We have a very aggressive team, quiet in their own way and aggressive in their own way, and all of them are ready, able and willing to work for you. But my good friend Lito Porwe say, last night they tell Chile, you there on TV and radio, they tell people you ready for work for we. Say, my yard needs to be clean. Get back there and start clean it one time. Well, we don't mean that we will be working personally, we're going to clean your yard. But you know, improving lives in our community is what we will do. And we would really appreciate the support you will give us, you know. But especially I would like to big up the big up the crew there at the Orange Walk Town Council, the workers at the Orange Walk Town Council, my family at the Orange Walk Town Council. Hey, we have worked together and they are always telling, every time they pass the pharmacy, they say, Mr. Mayor, we're there right here, they wait for you back, you know, we wait for you. Come back in and bring it back up because they say they're not being treated right. They're abandoned down there. The mayor ain't go sitting in the compound, you know. But yes, the people of Orange Walk, we are asking for your support. The 7th of March, vote UDP 7.
Philip De La Fuente, mayoral candidate for the United Democratic Party. Philip, would like to thank you for being here today. And myself and Ravay will be on, and RC1 will be joining us. So we want to wish you the best and congratulations, and we hope to have you back soon on the show.
Thank you.
On that note, we'll take a short commercial break, and we'll be back with our final segment for this morning.
And the Philip Goulton International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section A of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and PGIA is nearing completion at an investment of $13.6 million. Works include construction of retaining walls to prevent erosion, widening of the road cross section to include paved road shoulders, pavement restoration and resurfacing. The project also includes installation of LED road lighting and safety features such as signs, reflectors, road marking, and improved visibility through the clearing of the road reserve. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan Muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Rostras, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Rostras.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Get serious. Get up.
Punta Gorda Town now has a modern multi-purpose sporting facility thanks to the government of Belize. The brand new complex is double the size of the prior venue, and some of the features include a FIBA certified wooden court with padding underneath, seating capacity for 1,000, changing rooms, locker rooms, and offices. This $3.4 million investment in the town of Punta Gorda is being heralded by the residents of PG.
I feel very excited because this is first time a port like this is built in PG.
This is a big achievement for the town because we have a lot of the youths there where they come out and want to play ball the same way. And this just a put up on another level.
A lot of youths can't even wait to play on the new court because it's so official and it's something new to PG, in a whole.
I have to thank the government of Belize because then they look out for PG,
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The new Belize City Civic Center is taking shape at the foot of the Balkan Bridge and is expected to be completed by December 2017. This multi-purpose mega facility will boast an air-conditioned interior with a seating capacity of 4,500, a FIBA-certified wooden main court and 3 practice courts, offices, media boxes, and multiple locker rooms, another basketball court with 24-hour access to the public, and parking for 200 vehicles. This $34 million investment highlights a new era of world-class sporting infrastructure for the entire country of Belize. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Hey, Jenna, remind me to buy credit when we leave here.
Again? Jeez.
I need to buy data.
You really should just sign up for the data basic plans from Digicel. It's perfect for data lovers like you.
What's that? Because I don't want to change my number. Keep your number.
All you're doing is just paying once a month for data allowance. That way you get way more data than buying day to day, and you pay less than what you're always spending on clothes. Just select a plan that suits your budget. They're as low as $24.99.
Are you serious?
Yes, there are even larger plans that families can share the data.
I like the sound of that. You can look now.
Digicel prepaid customers, come into any Digicel office and ask about a data basic plan that is right for you.
The bigger, better network. Digicel.
Good morning once again and welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Ravé, we are joined by Mr. RC1 right here this morning. RC, welcome.
Morning,
welcome
my brother.
To the show.
Morning, Roberto.
Good to have you.
Morning, Roberto.
Ravé and RC1, before we continue our discussion, I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of all of us right here to congratulate the Honorable Minister of NEMO, Edmond Cleveland Castro, with that big fire that was in Belize City, and they responded right away to the citizens. But let's go right to our next call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're on the show. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Morning.
Morning, Rafael. Morning, Robert.
Morning, my brother.
Good so far.
Good, okay, my brother. Hey, I just called to tell you that we was informed, right? That the people in the party, they are coming down our path from this post. And I want the people in the party to understand that if we could, anybody who will send the police to arrest them, because that's the property of the United Democratic Party, and anybody is caught doing that, we will make sure the police arrest them and put a charge on them. Thank you. Good morning and have a good show.
Thank you.
Yes, RC, I'd like to congratulate the Honorable Minister Nemo and the government of Belize for responding to those people in Belize City that had that big fire in Belize City, and everybody lost all their items, and the minister and the government was there along with Philip Willoughby and Mr. Dion Leslie from Belize City. So we just want to congratulate them and send out our prayers to the fire victims.
Right, definitely. It's always fire is always a tragedy, but
right.
I understand that there was no loss of life.
Right, which is good.
That is that's the good news out of it, that at least there can be some sort of comforting to the victims and providing the necessary resources and services to them. It's a tragedy, and I hope with the help of the government, they can overcome this tragedy.
Yeah. And like Ravé said, Chaki, that it's wonderful to hear the good news that there was no loss of life, and also the quick response of the team. And this happens when you have community involvement. When the community reaches out and informs you what's happening, and you have a body ready to function, to operate, as NEMO is under the Honorable Edmond Cleveland Castro. So all in all, we are glad to hear that no loss of life. And it's regrettable that these things do happen, but it's also good to know that there is a responsive government that attends to the needs of the people when they so need it.
RC1, you're here with us, and we can remember back this morning when we were discussing with former Mayor Ravé about the 2006 election, when there was so much struggling and so much, so much clamoring to get the UDP into the municipality in Orange Walk, and we fought hard for it, and Ravé was elected. And Ravé started by highlighting his relationship along with Philip De La Fuente as well this morning.
Well, yeah, I was listening to the show and watching it, as a matter of fact, and I was very much impressed at the historic good deeds of good UDP leadership in our municipality, from Ravé to Philip, and to know that the development and good things that have come to Orange Walk is because of great UDP leadership, but not so much leadership for the party. Let me distinguish this, that on elections you have political parties go for election, but when I say that I was very pleased, it's to show that once elected, Ravé Gonzalez, I'm very proud to sit next to him this morning, and Philip, as a deputy and a mayor, continued to focus on what actually their job really was, to work for the needs of the people of Orange Walk, for everybody. When they got elected, there was no UDP, no PUP. When they got elected, they went to work for and on behalf of the people who voted for them. And it's that confidence that needs to be restored on March 7th. And as Ravé had mentioned, that Philip has been proven as a great leader for this municipality, and that we should look at these good merits and Orange Walkeños for us to continue to move Orange Walk in this road of development. We ask that you vote for Philip De La Fuente and his UDP team.
Ravé, I would like to ask you this morning to talk a little bit in Espanol for the Spanish-speaking persons out there that will be voting for this municipal election. Your reflection and your relationship and experience of working along with Philip.
Well, Chucky, I might be able to express it better in English and Spanish. I know contest would they have any...
The Orange Academy.
Yeah, well, broken Spanish. Yeah, Philip, everybody know Philip. The candidacy of Philip is, we never take out anybody from any, he not come out from any dark corner. They're not somebody who has ulterior motives. That's somebody that everybody knows. And he's a genuine fellow. And the UDP is fortunate to have him on their slate, because you don't have to campaign. They don't have anything much negative to say about Philip, because he's a clean dude. And I like his style of campaigning. He keeps it positive. There's no slandering. There's no bad talk about the other party. And that's the way it's supposed to be. The UDP and the PUP have different ideologies, I would think, have different platforms, but that don't mean you can't be respectful. And Philip he will go campaign to you, and he will go and explain why he believes he's the better candidate. And there's no reason for ridicule anybody. It's a democratic process, and the Orange Walk people are smart people. They could separate the fantasy from what is realistic, and they could see the difference. And election day, clearly they will see that Philip represents more of that realistic prospect for Orange Walk Town. And so the confidence that I have Philip is tremendous. It's tremendous. And like I said, he's proven it. And I'm sure this time around, considering that he has a great team, he will do even better. There are the voters out there that are saying, well, they're worrying about central government. You know, it is ideal when you could have a town council and a central government work together. That's always ideal, because central government is the bigger politically administrative body.
It's like a family working together.
Together, right? The bigger brother, they look for the smaller brother. But when you have differences of character, when a town council is reluctant for work along because they're afraid that politically I look bad because I look like the UDP, they do the town council work. You know, who suffers at the end of the day is the people of Orange Walk.
The residents.
Residents, right. So I mean, that in itself is supposed to be a deterrent, because we have seen that the present town council is unable to work with the central government for X amount of reasons, you know. So why should the people of Orange Walk suffer for that? Then people where they say, you know what, I'm not into politics, I'm not UDP or PUP. I just want my town get better, which is the sentiment of a lot of people out there. Well then, let us have an individual like Philip who could work along with the central government. And we could say, you know, they're not worried about who take the credit. Because Philip, they're not about who will take the credit. They're not about who want to look good and the cut ribbon and the grandstand. Because Philip is like that. He not particularly like the limelight. We have seen it over and over. He's reluctant for going to the limelight. So I say all of these factors, they tell the voters, you know what? It's a time for make we put Philip there. We could finally start to see the type of development in Orange Walk, in harmony with central government.
Precisamente eso es la persona que es Philip de la Fuente, una persona que ha estado en la municipalidad, ha trabajado como alcalde, ha trabajado para el desarrollo de la comunidad y ha sido una parte del desarrollo para todos. Así que Philip no es una persona que, bueno, él quiere estar allá para decir, pues yo tengo la gloria por ser el alcalde. No, su reto de él es para trabajar para toda la gente del municipio de Orange Walk, para ver su desarrollo, para ver su crecimiento, para ser la persona que va a ir en el gobierno central para abogar para los beneficios que merece la gente de Orange Walk, porque presentemente el alcalde presente, como si él tiene un miedo político para ir a hablar con Dean Barrow en el gobierno central para pedir ayuda para la gente, porque él tiene miedo, bueno, ¿cómo se va a ver políticamente? La decisión política en el 7 de marzo es para elegir a un equipo con un liderazgo como Philip de la Fuente, que tiene esa habilidad, que tiene la capacidad, que ha estado ahí y conoce. Y una persona que se lleva con toda la gente de Orange Walk, que tiene esa energía, tiene ese carácter para ir a decirle al gobierno central donde trabajan juntos, mira, eso es lo que necesitamos para nuestro municipio para crecer. Los otros lo están recibiendo, nosotros lo queremos aquí también. Y además de eso, Philip tiene toda la gente de Orange Walk en su corazón. Cuando lo vieron anteriormente en el programa, es una persona con un buen humor, que te corre un chiste como un carácter de una persona que es uno de nosotros. Y también tiene un equipo que está ahí para la juventud, un equipo para las señoras, un equipo para los señores, un equipo que está enfocado en su meta para trabajar para el desarrollo de Orange Walk y su gente. Así de que Philip de la Fuente es un líder que es confirmado, es un líder que ha sido aprobado y es un líder con experiencia que conoce y se está ofreciendo para seguir este trabajo para todos nosotros. Y por eso es que le pedimos que, pues yo principalmente, yo estoy registrado en Orange Walk Central, yo voy a votar para Philip de la Fuente y los 6 candidatos del UDP, porque yo creo que él tiene la mejor oportunidad, capacidad y deseo y amor a Orange Walk que todos nosotros deseamos.
Both of you gentlemen has run an election as already RC. One has run for the national government, and he was a councillor in the Orange Walk. That time I used to call it Orange Walk Town Board. Rave, you have become the mayor of Orange Walk. How does it affect when people go and split their votes?
Well, the effect of it is that you might end up with a split council. The way it was before 2000, I believe, is the law was that you vote for 7 persons, and whoever receives 4 out of 7 candidates forms the town council.
And within them, they select who's going to be the mayor.
Who's going to be the mayor? That was altered, changed in 2000. The year 2000, there was a change to the law under I think it was the Town Council Act, and which now gives the voters the right to choose who is going to be the mayor. So instead of the 4 of them coming together to decide who will be the mayor, the residents of the particular town decide who they want as their mayor. So when you see the options to the public, to the voters, they will have 1 candidate for the mayor, and then you're going to have 6
councillor candidates.
Now what can happen is, if people split their votes, you can have a mayor from a particular party, councillors from different parties. So you'll have it like a mixed council. I believe when Philip won in 2009, he had a mixed council as well.
Yeah, he had I think he was like 4-3.
4-3, but he won as the mayor.
Right.
So the councillors were 4-2, if I'm correct, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think the last council from 2012 to 2015.
It was a full PUP council.
Full PUP council, and then right now the current town council is a mixed council.
5-2.
5-2, right? There's 2 UDP councillors. So
I said 2-5.
Yeah, 2-5.
2-5.
Yeah. So that is the result of when people vote for a split council. They have all right to vote for a split council because they are electing who they want. But the practicality of it is that you put a team where not everybody's on the same page, not everybody have the same ideology, and so for better running of the council, it is recommended that you put the whole team who have the collective vision, as opposed to put 5 here and then the 2 others may want something else because they campaigned on something else to the public, and it create maybe disagreements. And especially when you don't have the funds for you never have the money for do everything. So ideally you want that when the voters go and vote 6 weeks from now, they vote the 7 red, because that's the team that will have the collective vision for move the town forward.
As mayor, your team wasn't split, right?
No, it was a full UDP 7 team.
What's your view on that, RC?
Well, my view is that using Rave as an example, Rave had a UDP team going against PUP central government. That did not deter Rave as the mayor and his team not to go and fight for Orange Walk. So when we look at the present mayor and the present councillors, because of their political fright, because they are afraid, make people say, oh, we're going to the embargo will help, they punish the people of Orange Walk by not going to ask. When you get elected to work for and on behalf of the people. So when you have a slate working people, a working team like Philip de la Fuente and his working team. That is what is the best recommendation for March 7th for the people of Orange Walk. You need a working team that will go and meet those challenges in central government and say, look, this is what we need for Orange Walk. This is where we're going, and we need for work, and we need your support. And the people of Orange Walk will appreciate leadership that looks after the welfare and benefit of the people of this town.
When does someone say, is there anything such as, well, we the run now, we don't campaign, so we close, so we campaign?
There is no closed campaign, because when you are in the process of democracy is about people involvement. When you run, you have a platform, like a manifesto, things that you put forward to the people, and your campaign continues to work on those programs, and then those areas that are going well and those that need to be amended, you go back to the people for support so that you continue building. If you have an area, for example, look at the periphery of Orange Walk. You got the periphery of Orange Walk, you'll never know that there's a town council right now. You never know. You never know, because those people have never felt. If you would go to school right now and ask the school children, who are your town councillors? They don't know who are the town councillors. So there is no connection. And that is why the UDP has always been a team that is known within the community and has better reflection of a one-to-one relationship with the voters. And that is why we recommend Philip, the working team, and his slate, because Orange Walk, we need to restore back this love for one another and this spirit that was there when Ravey first got elected and there was no money, that when you call the people, a bugle blow, everybody responded. Right now, them boy blow and bugle, nobody want to respond, because if they don't work for you, what you want to do with it?
So the campaign continues.
It's an everyday thing.
It's an everyday
thing. Every day.
Yeah. So we're very close to the election now. Do any of you gentlemen believe that by now people already have their mind made up in how they will be voting?
I think the majority have made up their mind, but I still believe there are those voters who are reluctant, those voters who are skeptical of the process, the voters that think, there are this type of voters that like say, well, he that is the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's that type of voters, and these are the voters that the UDP slate has to meet, has to persuade, has to convince and tell them, look here, I understand that before maybe that was the general sentiment, this one and that one that is same. But it can't be that is the situation every time election come around. In this case, we make the case that Philip has been there. Philip has run the town. Philip has delivered. So you can't tell me Philip and the other fellow that is same when you look at the achievements. And you can't tell me the UDP and the PUP that is same. Not that the Orange Walk Town Council. There's a distinct difference in how the two administrate the town. Distinct and clear. What might happen is the younger voters who are not aware of what has transpired, because the younger voters, they are young when anything may happen, so you can't expect them to know. It is the job of the UDP candidates now for sell that to them, for convince them and explain to them that this was the situation then, or because of the UDP, we're in a better situation now, and this is, if you have good intentions in your town, this is how you proceed. That is the voters that I believe might not make up their mind yet. And we have to reach to them because they are important. Every vote is important, and it might even be pivotal in deciding who wins for municipal election in 6 weeks.
So how do we do that, RC1, to reach out to those voters?
Well, we do it by forums like this, because we need to inform the public and the voters why is it that we go to vote. Why do we go to vote? The process. Why do we go every 3 years to elect a municipality, a governance team? We go because we want a team that will look after the affairs of the community, that will communicate and relate to the citizens as best as possibly can, and to work along with the community to see growth. In other words, it's about partnership. We are in a new era that politics is about partnership with partnering with your community. We see it all over the country. In all the municipalities, there are partnership because they reach out. You know, if I'm to partner with you, I need to reach out to you. But when you have a mayor and a council that do not want to reach out, you stay stagnant. And time is about change, about moving forward and betterment. And that is why Philip De La Fuente and his working team bring that to the table with his experience, his ability, and most important, his dedication.
Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Morning, Robert. Morning, Mr. Robert, and morning, Checky.
Good morning, sir.
The reason why we should vote for the UDP is because it is noted that all the mess the country is into is because of the PUP. All those big loans that the country has to pay back right now is because of the PUP, and we are not seeing the money. We are not seeing the purpose for which these loans are made. And all what you see, the PUP is big and they're fat in their pocket. There, Mr. Ravey is sitting right close to you now, Mr. Campos and Checky. And Mr. Ravey, I am a whole person in the lead town here. And I could remember, you remember when you were mayor, when they send out money to the 10th of September celebration. When God is supposed to bring to you, how much you take out, he never give all the money. And then he stand up and anything with me about, he say corruption. That's the way I call corruption. The people not to you, with the confidence people in the country. And now you understand, man, he got just up a blast when they walk out the campaign that they were this, they were that, they were the other. They were this money, brother. We don't want you in at all. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Carla.
Your comment, Rabbi?
Yeah, Carla brought up something that I had, forgotten. Indeed, coming back to something we had referred to with the discussion with Philip earlier on. You see, Kevin, the current mayor, is under a PUP town council, and we have a UDP central government. The UDP central government not a bother with Kevin. They're not investigate him. They're not meddling in his affairs. They have let him to be. Okay. When we had a UDP town council under a PUP central government, rather I could tell you what is political victimization. We see the UDP central government had people they look over all with books, not because they want accountability. There was nothing there. Pressure. They want to withhold subvention arbitrarily without we consent to anything. They had this money that the caller talked about, the money for September celebration. That Johnny decided that he can take so much out of it. Arbitrarily.
Huh?
Give me 5.
Oh, I take 5.
You understand? Okay. So that is the manner in which the PUP central government operated. You know, it's nothing compared to how easy Mayor Bernard has it now. So it can't be, coming back, it can't be that the two political parties are the same. It can't be that the voter will think two of them are the same. It's clear like night and day. The UDP at central government is much better administrating the finances and the running of the town, the country, and is much better at the municipal level as well. So the caller brought it to us. That's one example of many things that they did as a central government to undermine, they try to undermine my administration, but the result of that was undermining the people of Orange Walk. They cannot do it to me personally, do it to the Orange Walk Town Council.
RC, well, it's 9 o'clock. Your closing remarks for today. I know we'll be back.
Well, I'm very happy and pleased to see two productive and successful mayors on the show, Philip and Ravey, and to indicate to the people of Orange Walk that on March 7th, when we go to vote, that you will be able to listen, you'll be able to hear the experience and the vision and direction that the UDP has had for our community in Orange Walk and Sugar City, and where it intends to move Orange Walk and Sugar City in the years ahead. And I ask you to join me, RC1. I will vote for Philip De La Fuente and his 6 UDP councillor candidates. I will vote 7 UDP down the line. I will put my vote right next to each of those 7 red boxes because I love Orange Walk, I love Sugar City, and I want to see the young people of Orange Walk and the ladies and the gentlemen look at an Orange Walk with possibilities that will be put together for them, which is all of us holistically. And so I want to ask each and every one of you to join us by voting for the UDP 17.
Rabbi?
Jackie, well, it's been a while since I've been on the show. First of all, I want to thank you for the invitation. And thanks, Ruben, for being here with me. I'd like to thank the public for allowing me some time, some space in your Thursday morning. And I'm appealing to the voters and the young voters in particular. Let's be involved. Let's be participatory, not only in voting on the municipality election, but finding out the issues, investigating, asking questions, demanding the services that you rightly deserve as a resident of Orange Walk. I'm asking the young voters to get involved, to find out the history of the Orange Walk and the Orange Walk Town Council. And when you get your facts and you make that informed decision, I'm sure that your decision will be to vote for a UDP 7 for March, the first week of March for the municipal election. So thank you, Checky, and thanks everyone. And I hope that this morning has been a bit not only important historically, but informative. And if anybody has any question with regards to what transpired in Orange Walk from 2006 to 2009, please feel free when you meet me, call me. I'm always willing to share those experiences so that together all of us could make better decisions for our Orange Walk town.
Well, thank you, Ravi. Thank you, RC1.
Okay, Checky.
It's a pleasure. Tomorrow we'll be having Dr. Omero Novello. That's right, tomorrow we'll be having Dr. Omero Novello, and some more UDPs will be here tomorrow. So we want to wish you all the best, and we ask you all to tune in and listen to the show, listen to hear what they got to say. So we'll be closing this morning, but just like to announce that someone lost a vehicle key on Monday. That's between the area of Courts, MoneyGram, and the police station area. If you found that key, it's a key that works with the chip, so you can please drop it off of Universal Radio, or drop it at SCRS, and an award will be given, or you could bring it right here to Channel 10. Someone lost their key and there's no way they can get their vehicle start. So it's just on a little alarm, the keys that has those little alarm buttons. If you find it, please drop it off at Universal or at Sugar City Radio, and we will be glad to have that person get back in their vehicle and make their life much better. So I'd like to thank you all. This show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. It's all day on YouTube. All you need to do is to go to YouTube, Sugar City Morning Show, put in today's date, and you'll find it. If you have missed previous shows, all the shows are right there on YouTube. So once again, thanks for tuning in. We'd like to thank the technician there at Sugar City Radio Station for keeping us up every morning, also Universal Radio. We thank Raheem and Morris and everyone as we say so long until tomorrow when we meet again.